Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Migrant Hope channel. My name is Charlene and I am the founder and curator of the Migrant Hope channel. Now, today's episode is something which was definitely requested by one of our amazing subscribers, and we're going to be talking about how to save when you have a ton of debt. Now, I know this is a big problem in America, right? Whether it's credit card debt, whether it's student loan debt, especially, So she kind of wanted me to talk about it, how you can possibly save while having a ton of debt. And that is what we're going to be diving in today. I hope this video serves as some sort of platform to be able to go forward. And I hope that you get to understand what I'm going to say. And I'm excited for this. Let's jump right into the video. First thing I would definitely say is if you want to be able to save while having a lot of debt, and especially I'm going to really cater this towards student loan debt. So many of us, Black professionals, whether it's undergrad, our undergrad degree that we have student loans for, or masters, or those of us who are in professional school like law school, medical school, and the rest. So the first thing I would 100% say is you have to be disciplined. I know you've probably heard so many people talk about this, but in order to be able to save, which is very possible while having a ton of debt, you still need to be able to be disciplined. You cannot afford to do everything that you want to do until you finish paying off this debt. And of course, like if you want to pay off debt, you kind of have to put it as a priority in your life and be able to be disciplined. So with that being said, you have to be extremely disciplined with your money, your finances, your budget, if you believe in one. You guys know I'm not really a budget person, but if that's something that works for you, I definitely think that you have to be a lot disciplined for it. I would 100% say in order to be able to save while having a ton of debt is set aside a percentage of your income. If you watched my video as to how I was able to save 15K in the space of 7 months, I told you guys that I had about 33% of my income going into my high yield savings account. In order to be able to save, even though you have debt, you have to be able to set a percentage of your income and just make sure that it goes directly from your paycheck, direct deposit straight into that bank account, whichever bank account it is that you use. Because of course, once you have it set up that way, then you're not going to be tempted to use the money for any other thing, or even tempted to take money and pay down your student loan debt or any kind of debt that you have, which of course is important, but I think that ultimately it's important to pay yourself. So of course I would say definitely set aside a percentage of your income that goes towards. So the third thing I 100% recommend for anybody who is trying to save while having a lot of debt is make sure that you pay off any high interest rates, any high yield credit cards that have high interest rates. So a lot of times, many credit card companies, like if you don't even know, like they have interest rates for about 16%. So if you don't make like the monthly payment, or if you keep accruing and you're just not even making your payments on time and stuff, like they will charge you 16% of whatever debt is already sitting on your credit card. If you think about it, that is a lot of money. That's way too much money that anybody should be paying, or that you should be giving credit card companies. So I definitely recommend pay off any high yield or high interest rate credit cards that you may have, so that way you're able to limit the amount of money that you spend on paying like for credit card charges. Like it's so not worth it. And I think that especially if you're trying to save while having more debt, you don't want to get into a situation that you're having more debt on top of the debt that you already have. That doesn't make any sense, because if your policy or if your goal is to try to pay off or to try to save more, then you don't want to be accruing more debt, of course. Now, the last thing I definitely recommend if you're trying to save while having a ton of debt is try to limit the amount of consumer debt that you have. And when I talk about consumer debt, I mean like when you have like many of us have like several monthly subscriptions, whether it's Hulu, Netflix, HBO. I'm not saying that you cannot have those things, right? But limit the amount. If you typically would have like all streaming platforms, you have subscriptions for them, maybe cut it down to like 2 or 3, so then at least you're saving that money while still enjoying the benefits in life and still enjoying those services. I always tell you guys, I don't believe in depriving myself of good things in life, but I do believe in discipline. Hence, I mentioned during my first point how important it is to be disciplined. So I definitely encourage you to do that, cut out the amount of consumer debt. If you're like me, always trying to spend money here and there on clothes, try to limit it, because ultimately, if you want to save more, you don't want to spend more and try to like save more. It defeats the whole purpose of Hey everybody, I hope that those points were helpful. If you have a ton of debt, I hope that the little points and bits that I was able to share with you guys, as to how to save while having a ton of debt was helpful. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Always make sure that you're subscribed, make sure that you like, and make sure that you share this wonderful content with your family and friends. I'll catch you guys in the next video and have a good day.